Hi everyone, welcome back to Super Kalam. I am your mentor and teacher Arpita Sharma, and this session is going to be really important for all of you who are thinking कि modern history तो बहुत ज़्यादा tough है, retain नहीं हो पाता कुछ. If you are one of those students who find it very hard to retain modern history, the important events, कैसे याद रखें, years, important personalities, then this session is for all of you. Weightage of modern history in prelims is approximately 8 to 10 marks. तो आप उसको skip तो कर ही नहीं सकते हो. And in mains, in GS paper 1, it is 20 marks का weightage from modern Indian history. So that means modern history cannot be skipped, modern history cannot be taken for granted, and modern history is going to be a very important part of your journey. But इस class में मैं important themes which have been repeated in previous year questions by UPSC, everything from both prelims and mains perspective I'm going to cover. Class थोड़ी सी लंबी होगी, तो I want all of you to keep your registers with you so that you can make notes with me simultaneously. क्लास में ही नोट्स बना रहे हैं, यही तो सुपर कलाम में एक एडेड एडवांटेज मिलता है आपको, राइट? लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड एवरीवन, एंड इन द कमेंट सेक्शन whatever questions I'm going to ask in this session, I want your answers in the comment section. If you are ready, सबसे पहले टाइप कर दो कमेंट्स में that we are ready, then we'll move ahead. Let's start. Before we start this session, let us understand why modern history is important, because a lot of students, they when they come to me, they ask me, मैम पढ़ी क्यों जब questions कम आ रहे हैं? But they don't understand questions ancient history, medieval history, art and culture से कम आ रहे हैं, modern history से नहीं. And that is the whole issue. So let me first clear out your doubts. For weightage, when we talk about prelims, 8 to 10 marks can be directly asked from modern history. There are so many events, there are so many things which happened after the revolt of 1857 that we need to prepare. Okay, and then when it comes to mains, यहाँ से मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री से एटलीस्ट टू क्वेश्चंस 10 marks each, दैट मीन्स 20 marks के जो क्वेश्चंस हैं वो आपके यहाँ से 20 marks का वेटेज मेंस में बन सकता है फ्रॉम मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री. ओके, सो दैट इज द इम्पोर्टेंस. एंड आपको पता है इवन 1 mark मैटर्स, राइट? एक एक मार्क्स का इम्पोर्टेंस है, एक एक मार्क्स का सिग्निफिकेंस है व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस प्रिपरेशन, राइट? सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज क्लियर कि आपके मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री से कितने मार्क्स का वेटेज निकल कर आता है. Now the second thing is what resources we are going to use in this session. I'm going to use the Spectrum book in this session. I'm going to use the NCRT of class 11 12th in this session, and I'm going to use the previous year questions. ये तीन चीजें रहेंगी जो इस सेशन में मैं यूज करने वाली हूँ. These are the three things that I'm going to use in this session. So let's get started. These are the only resources that you require to prepare modern history, by the way. इससे ज्यादा कुछ और किताब पढ़ने की जरूरत है नहीं. And if you're watching our classes, then whatever mind maps you are making, those are going to be sufficient for revision. Okay, based on the topics that we are covering. Phased manner में, timeline manner में, we are going to prepare the topics, the important themes, important events in modern history. ठीक है, तो फटाफट से एक A4 साइज शीट अगर आपके पास है, because I prepare my notes here in these kind of sheets. If you have these, very good. If you have a separate register, very good. ये सारे मैंने notes बनाए हैं, इसी से आपको क्लास में live notes बनाकर मैं दिखा रही हूँ. ठीक है, so let's get started everyone. सबसे पहले we are starting with revolt of 1857, which is evergreen on the list of UPSC when it comes to framing questions specifically in mains. मेंस में अगर बात करें ना, तो ये यूपीएससी का फेवरेट टॉपिक है. सो वी आर गोइंग टू मेक a very important mind map so that you can understand the entire event very nicely. We all are familiar with revolt of 1857. Now first we are going to understand the causes, because that is how any event is to be studied. हमेशा पढ़ो why it happened. Let's start with why it happened. Okay, so when we talk about revolt of 1857, there are different causes behind revolt of 1857. We have political cause, economic, socio-religious, and military. When it comes to the political cause in revolt of 1857, let us understand what were the reasons, political reasons. The very famous reason was the doctrine of lapse policy. This was the first and foremost reason. And who introduced it? It was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. This is again very important. And what happened here? There was a particular annexation which was followed. Annexation of what? Annexation of states without heir, without biological, without the biological heir. आपका अगर अपना बेटा नहीं है, अपना biological बेटा नहीं है, then your state will come under the leadership of Britishers. For example, Jhansi, Satara. Okay. And then when we talk about the next political reason, that was the sheer disrespect to the royal titles. Royal princes, royal titles को तो वो कुछ समझते ही नहीं थे, nobility को वो लोग कुछ समझते ही नहीं थे, they were disrespecting them. मुगल emperor status was downgraded, पेशवा की pension withdraw कर ली गई, right? Then next political reason was the annexation of Awadh, and it happened in which year? 1856. Why it happened? बोला गया misgovernance है, it is such a large state and it is being misgoverned, right? So basically they were emotionally triggering both the sepoys and the civilians. These were the political reason why people stood up in revolt of 1857. Then we have the economic reason. What was the economic cause why this revolt of 1857 took place? The first and foremost was, which everyone knows, very huge, very hefty land revenue demand. This was one of the reasons. It destroyed the peasantry. Then we had zamindari and rotwari system. Zamindari and rotwari systems have been asked a lot of times in prelims examination, by the way. ये बहुत important है because it was the major cause of discontent among the peasants. Okay. Then displacement of artisans. This is again important. बाद में आपने देखा होगा in later times, many इन दी स्वराज मूवमेंट, जो स्वदेशी मूवमेंट था हमारे स्वराज के स्ट्रगल के लिए, तो स्वदेशी मूवमेंट पे भी काफी चीज, ब्रिटिश आउटलेट्स, काफी ब्रिटिश वाइन, लिकर, क्लोथ्स, टॉय सब डिस्ट्रॉय किए गए थे, राइट? डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ आर्टिसंस हो जाता है यहाँ पर. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट अमंग दी सिपॉइज आफ्टर द एनेक्सेशन ऑफ प्रिंसली स्टेट्स वाज आल्सो वन ऑफ द रीजंस. तो ये पॉलिटिकल और आपके इकोनॉमिक दोनों रीजंस में आता है. Then we have the next important cause, which was the social and religious cause. अब ये social and religious cause में क्या आया था? Why society was not happy? Because there was interference. Write it down. There was interference in customs, in traditions. For example, the sati abolition. This was one of the reasons, right? For example, the widow remarriage. Widow remarriage was another reason. Western education. Western education was another reason. Okay. Then next reason was, write it down, it was the caste taboos. ठीक है, caste taboos. So they were allegedly violated by new laws, army rules, transport facilities, etc. Then forced Christian conversions. तो आपको पता है मिशनरीज यहाँ पर इसी रीजन से आते थे. ठीक है. Then we had introduction of railways. ठीक है. टूल्स ऑफ कल्चरल इंपीरियलिज्म देखा गया था इसको. टूल्स ऑफ cultural imperialism. Western education was also one of the reasons, okay, that we have started. Then we have military causes. Military causes is considered as the major reason. Why? Because sepoys were not happy. That is why it is known as sepoy mutiny. Sepoys discontent थे because same, if there is a same rank, this is a British sepoy, this is an Indian sepoy, the rank is same, still there will be a difference of pay. इंडियन सिपाही का जो पे होगा वो कम होगा, एंड पे और सैलरी ऑफ ब्रिटिश सिपाही एट द सेम रैंक वाज मोर. सो दैट वाज द डिसकंटेंट. लैक ऑफ प्रमोशन अपॉर्चुनिटीज फॉर इंडियंस, पुअर सैलरी कंपेयर टू ब्रिटिश सोल्जर्स, एंड देयर वाज वेरी फेमस एक्ट. तो मैं यहाँ पर ना लिखती हूँ, आप भी इसको लिख लो बिकॉज मेनी स्टूडेंट्स मिस आउट ऑन इट. दिस एक्ट इज नोन एज द जनरल सर्विस एनलिस्टमेंट एक्ट. Journal Service Enlistment Act 1856. What happened here? It forced the overseas service. So basically, Indian sepoys were forced to go to abroad, to foreign countries, right, in the army, which violated the caste belief because people used to think हमारा बच्चा बाहर चला जाएगा तो खाने पीने का सब सिस्टम बिगड़ जाएगा, कल्चर बिगड़ जाएगा, etc. Right? So that was also one such reason. And immediate trigger क्या था? What was the immediate? Write it down. What was the immediate trigger? This is very famous. मंगल पांडे की स्टोरी सबको पता होगी. It was the greased cartridge. Greased cartridge, because at that time cartridge had to be removed by mouth, and it was said that the Enfield rifles required biting off of cartridges. Allegedly they were greased with cow or pig fat. So both the Hindus and the Muslims were offended because of it. Okay, so we have understood the causes. Let us now understand the nature of this revolt. इस revolt का nature समझते हैं. देखो, सम पीपल से दैट इट वाज सिपॉय म्यूटिनी सम और फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, राइट? कुछ लोग बोलते हैं ये फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड ऑफ वॉर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस नहीं था, इससे पहले भी ट्राइबल वॉर्स हो चुके थे। सो देयर आर डिफरेंट हिस्टोरियंस। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर हम बात करें, इफ वी टॉक अबाउट, यही लिख लेते हैं, ठीक है? आई जस्ट erase this one part. I hope that you have made this mind map with me. यहाँ पर we will create a small box and then we'll start writing. Okay, तो यहाँ पर we can write that when we talk about British historians like Sir John Seeley, he used to say that it was a mutiny. ये एक mutiny था and it was limited in scope. Basically, it was a sepoy uprising which happened in the past also. This was the thought of Sir John Seeley, who was a British historian. But when we talk about वी डी सावरकर्स व्यू, ठीक है, अगर हम इंडिया में ही नेशनलिस्ट हिस्टोरियंस को देखें तो ही व्यूड इट एज द फर्स्ट, राइट इट डाउन, फर्स्ट वॉर ऑफ Indian independence. Indian independence. It was a united revolt against the colonial rule. And if we talk about the modern historians, like modern historians कौन हो जाएंगे? R.C. Majumdar. This is very important for prelims. They have been asked. That is why I am making you write it down. Okay. It said that basically he acknowledged. Write it down. He acknowledged it. It had a nationalist spark, a nationalist spark, but lacked, but it lacked cohesion. That is why it was suppressed easily. Cohesion of ideology, cohesion and ideology. Okay, that is why it never became a full-fledged war of independence. Okay, because ideology match नहीं कर रही थी काफी हद तक. All right, now let us understand the leadership. देखो, अब भी when we talk about leadership, दिल्ली में कौन था? दिल्ली में who was leading? बहादुर शाह जफर. Basically, he was not leading it, but he signed the proclamation of this particular revolt. Okay, he was just a symbolic head. Then when we talk about Kanpur, in Kanpur we had Nana Sahib. This was asked in prelims, that is why we are making notes on it. And we have Tantia Tope. Then we had Jhansi. Jhansi is very famous. Rani Lakshmi Bai वहाँ पर lead कर रही थी, right? Rani Lakshmi Bai. Then we have Lucknow. Tell me, in Lucknow who was leading it? Yes, it was Begum Hazrat Mahal. If you already know the leaders, pause this video and write it down in the comment section. Okay. Then in Bihar we had कुंवर सिंह. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बिहार में कुंवर सिंह लीड कर रहे थे. एंड वी हैड फैजाबाद ऑल्सो. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन, ये मिस कर देते हैं बच्चे. इन फैजाबाद वी हैड मौलवी अहमदुल्ला, अहमदुल्ला शाह. ही वॉज लीडिंग इन फैजाबाद. Okay, UPSC often asks match the following or who led where type of questions. Now, the next important aspect, that why this particular revolt became a failure. What was the reason behind it? Reason काफी simple और clear था. There was lack of coordination. Lack of coordination at different regions. Different leaders were there. No central leadership or no common plan was there. Then this war had very limited spread. इसकी spread, that means mostly it was restricted to north and central India. And this war also lacked mass support, right? Mass support भी इसके अंदर नहीं था. Some of the zamindars were not a part of this particular revolt. बंगाल में भी इतना यहाँ पर revolt spread नहीं हुआ था. Then we had poor arms. We had poor arms and ammunition. So हमारे पास जो weapons थे ना, they were also not at par with British weapons. Okay, British fire power, etc. We had inferior weaponry. And the loyalty, write it down, the loyalty of key groups were there for the Britishers. Even Jhansi में भी आपने देखा होगा that Rani Lakshmi Bai was betrayed by some of her own people, right? So that was also one of the important aspects. Then in communication and reinforcements, British were superior. So these were the reasons for the failure of revolt of 1857. And when we talk about the impact of this war, अगर हम इस battle का impact देखें, पढ़ें, तो impact was very important because it resulted in end of company rule. What happened? End of company rule में क्या होता है? That we had the Government of India Act 1858. तो इसमें क्या होता है? The control was transferred to the British Crown. ब्रिटिश क्राउन के पास कंट्रोल चला जाता है. देन देर वॉज अ न्यू पोस्ट विच वॉज started, which is Secretary of State for India, right? This was the new post which was created. Okay. Queen's Proclamation of 1858. That means promise of non-interference in religious matter. Please write it down. Queen's Proclamation. And this proclamation was done in 1858 that the British crown will not interfere in the religious matters, and they were given equal treatment under law. Okay. Plus divide and rule. Recruitment was now based on loyalty. Divide and rule भी यहीं से शुरू हो जाता है. Divide and rule. Recruitment in army was done on the basis of loyalty, which was shown by different groups to the Britishers. Military reorganization हुआ था basically. No more annexation. Write it down. No more annexations, because annexation was something that also was a trigger, right? So this was very important. Plus इसी टाइम पीरियड से ना कम्युनल डिवीजन भी स्टार्ट हो गए थे. So in this particular topic, you need to understand, you need to focus on the leaders, you need to focus on the location, and you need to focus on Government of India Act 1858. Okay, these are the three things that you need to focus on when it comes to revolt of 1857. Now, next, we are going to start with the socio religious reform movements. When we talk about the socio religious reform movements, these movements basically emerged in the 90th and the early 20th centuries. And they were a response to the colonial rule, the Western ideas, and the internal decay which was going on in the Indian society. Okay, so basically, हमारे goals क्या थे? To eradicate the social evils. Also, the next goal was to revive spiritualism, because we see Ramakrishna mission also, right? Then to also blend, write it down, to blend tradition with modernity, because society was evolving. अलग अलग आइडियाज बाहर से आ रहे थे. पीपल वर गेटिंग मोर एंड मोर अवेयर, एजुकेटेड अबाउट देयर ओन रूट्स, एंड दैट इज वाई वी हैड टू मूव along the society, blend the tradition, move along the changes with the modernity, with science, etc. So we saw major movements during that period. तो उनमें से एक मूवमेंट था ब्रह्मो समाज का. ब्रह्मो समाज फाउंडेड इन 1828. हु वॉज द फाउंडर? राजा राम मोहन रॉय यहाँ पर एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं इन ब्रह्म समाज. Okay, what were the beliefs? Monotheism was one of the beliefs. Monotheism means rejection of idol worship. Then under this particular movement, you will see denouncement of the caste rigidity, denounced caste rigidity, and also child marriage. जो बच्चों की शादी करा दी जाती थी छोटी एज में, उसको भी, उसके अगेंस्ट भी लोग खड़े हुए. And this movement also, this samaj also supported, write it down, supported the widow remarriage, okay, and women's education. And it was the first organized reform movement. It was later on led by Debendranath Tagore later on led this movement, and Keshav Chandra Sen also later on led this movement. Okay, so ये एक important aspect हो जाता है. Then we have Arya Samaj 1875. स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती, इनके ऊपर काफी क्वेश्चंस प्रीलिम्स में पूछे गए हैं. ओके, दिस इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड देयर वाज अ वेरी की बुक और की टेक्स्ट ऑफ दिस समाज विच इज नोन एज, राइट इट डाउन, सत्यार्थ प्रकाश. ठीक है, ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है. एंड द बिलीफ वॉज वेदिक, रिटर्न टू द वेदास, वेदिक पुरितनिज्म. ओके, तो राइट इट डाउन, वैदिक फिलोसफीज वर एक्सेप्टेड हियर. आइडल वर्शिप के अगेंस्ट थे इसके अंदर भी, राइट. एंड हियर इट इंट्रोड्यूस्ड, राइट इट डाउन, the Shuddhi movement to reconvert the non-Hindus, because we saw that there were missionaries who were converting people into Christianity. Okay, and they also advocated for widow remarriage. तो यहाँ पर भी widow remarriage आता है. Basically the slogan of this movement was go back to the Vedas, the Vedic knowledge, the Vedic content. Okay, now let's move ahead. अलीगढ़ movement की अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ very famous we have in the अलीगढ़ movement, which is Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, he very famous in Aligarh movement, and he wanted to, write it down, modernize the Muslim education. He wanted to modernize it, and also the society, right? ये बहुत important aspect है. एंड ही फाउंडेड द MAO कॉलेज. कब स्टैब्लिश किया? 1875. लेटर इट बिकेम द, यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट, अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी बन जाती है ये कॉलेज बाद में आकर. एंड ही एम्फसाइज्ड एंड फोकस्ड ऑन द वेस्टर्न साइंसेज एंड रैशनलिज्म. ओके, तो ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है. उसके बाद आता है रामकृष्ण मिशन, राइट. अब रामकृष्ण मिशन की अगर हम बात करें, द फिलोसफी वॉज वेदांतिक फिलोसफी. सर्विस टू ह्यूमैनिटी इज सर्विस टू गॉड. तो यहाँ पर स्पिरिचुअलिटी यहाँ पर बहुत प्रोमिनेंट रोल प्ले करती है. ओके, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. दे ओपन स्कूल्स, हॉस्पिटल्स, रिलीफ वर्क अंडर रामकृष्ण मूवमेंट. ओके, तो यहाँ पर ना एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्लोगन है इन रामकृष्ण मूवमेंट, विच इज, राइट इट डाउन, आत्मनो आत्मनो मोक्षार्थम जगत हिताय हिताय च, विच मीन्स फॉर वंस ओन सैल्वेशन, मोक्ष आपके खुद के मोक्ष के लिए, एंड द गुड ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. जगत मीन्स वर्ल्ड, हिताया मीन्स अच्छा करना, च मीन्स और, एंड. ओके, तो you have to work for, if you want moksha for yourself, salvation for yourself, you have to do good for the world, for the society. ओके, तो ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट होता है. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ लीडर्स. तो इसके लिए वी आर गोइंग टू मेक अ बॉक्स. ठीक है, कैसा करते हैं, बॉक्स बनाते हैं, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू राइट इट डाउन. सो फर्स्ट लेट अस स्टडी अबाउट राजा राम मोहन रॉय. प्लीज मेक दिस बॉक्स, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रीलिम्स, आपकी लास्ट मिनट रिविजन में हेल्प करेगा. ठीक है, सो ही वर्कड फॉर अबॉलिशमेंट ऑफ सती प्रथा. ओके, ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है. ही ऑल्सो फाउंडेड दी ब्रह्मो समाज. प्लीज राइट इट डाउन, इस पॉइंट को भी लिख लो. ही ऑल्सो प्रमोटेड दी वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन. ही ओपोज्ड दी आइडल वर्शिप के भी अगेंस्ट थे. ठीक है, देन वी टॉक अबाउट स्वामी दयानंद सरस्वती. This is again important. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, what did he do? Basically, he played a very key role in Vedic revivalism. Okay, आर्य समाज भी इनके काम का एक पार्ट हो जाता है. Then we have heard about Shuddhi movement also. Then we talked about he was against casteism and ideal worship. So write it down, against casteism, okay, and against आइडल वर्शिप. ऑल राइट, अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. स्वामी विवेकानंदा. वी हैव ऑल हर्ड एंड रेड अबाउट स्वामी विवेकानंदा, राइट. हमने काफ़ी किताबें भी पढ़ी हैं इनकी. सो ही रिवाइव्ड बेसिकली द हिंदू स्पिरिचुअलिज्म, बट हाउ? ग्लोबली. ओके, globally word is very very important. Then in ethics paper na, you are asked to write from explain the quotes of Swami Vivekananda, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. So you have to study about these personalities, right? And another important point, he was the key promoter of the Ramakrishna movement. रामकृष्ण परमहंस इनके गुरु भी थे. ठीक है, यूनिवर्सल ब्रदरहुड was his message. So this is also very very important. Then we have heard about सैयद अहमद खान. सो सैयद अहमद खान, अलीगढ़ मूवमेंट आ जाता है यहाँ पर, अलीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी आ जाती है, राइट. प्रमोटेड साइंटिफिक टेम्पर एटसेट्रा. देन वी हैव ईश्वर चंद्र विद्यासागर. So basically he has played a very important role in the widow remarriage act of 1856. He championed female education, and with him we always remember Jyotiba Phule, who worked in the Satya Shodhak Samaj. ठीक है, और ज्योतिबा फूले का जब भी हम नाम लेते हैं तो वी हैव सावित्री बाई फूले ऑल्सो, राइट. तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन दैट दे फाउंडेड टुगेदर, सत्याशोधक समाज. तो दिस इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. ऑल राइट, अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. नाउ वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द कंपैरेटिव अप्रोच. ओके, अगर हम कंपैरेटिव अप्रोच की बात करें, बेसिकली देवर टू काइंड ऑफ मूवमेंट्स, रिफॉर्मिस्ट एंड रिवाइवलिस्ट. ठीक है, अगर हम देखें, इफ वी मेक अ कंपैरिजन बिटवीन रिफॉर्मिस्ट वर्सेस रिवाइवलिस्ट. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंस. यहाँ पर 10 मार्क्स आपके आराम से बनते हैं. ठीक है, सो रिफॉर्मिस्ट मूवमेंट की अगर हम बात करें, वी टॉक अबाउट रिफॉर्मिस्ट मूवमेंट, वी विल सी ओवर हियर दैट रिफॉर्म, एग्जिस्टिंग traditions, 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 traditions, and they basically approached through rationalism. In revivalist movement, revive pure ancient traditions. That was the focus. That was the focus area. Ancient traditions. Then second example, if we look at example, reformist movement mein Brahmo Samaj is the example. In revivalist movement, the example is Arya Samaj. Okay. Then methods की अगर हम बात करें, what were the methods which were used in this movement? Reason, then we had debate, then we had legislation. These were the methods adopted. If we talk about the methods in the revivalist movement, so here religious text and cultural pride, cultural pride. ओके, यहाँ तक पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया. तो इनका ओरिएंटेशन था थोड़ा सा प्रोग्रेसिव, यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा कंजर्वेटिव ओरिएंटेशन रहा करता था. ओके, सो दिस इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. आई होप कि अब आपको ये चीज क्लियर हो गई होगी. ठीक है. So this was about the socio-religious reform movements. Now we are going to study the phases of Indian national movement. देखो, when we talk about Indian national movement, India's national movement evolved through three phases. Okay, the first phase was the moderate phase. The second phase was the extremist phase. The I'll just write it down ऐसे, इसको थोड़ा सा इरेज कर देते हैं. ठीक है. Second was extremist phase, and the third phase is known as the Gandhian phase. And these are the three phases which UPSC again and again repeats. When we talk about the moderate phase, 1885 to 1904, 5, we know 1885 is the time period when Indian National Congress came up. Then we have the next extremist phase, 1905 to 1919. This is the extremist phase. And then the Gandhian phase, which is 1919 till 1947. That is the Gandhian phase. ठीक है. अब जब हम बात करते हैं मॉडरेट फेज की, व्हाट वर द की फीचर्स ओवर हियर? वी हैड द लीडर्स वर द ग्रैंड ओल्ड मैन ऑफ इंडिया, विच इज दादा भाई नाउरोजी. दिस क्वेश्चन केम इन प्रीलिम्स वंस. देन वी हैव गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले. Then here we have Surendranath Banerjee. You will tell me in the comment section what is so special about Surendranath Banerjee. There is a very special feature about him. Okay. Then what were the methods which were used by the moderates? The methods were petitions, the methods were resolutions, and the methods were public speeches. Public speeches. Okay. And British Parliament appeals. These were the methods through which they were fighting the national movement. When we talk about the Indian National Congress, which was established in 1885, basically there is a theory behind it, safety valve theory. Basically, it was the brainchild of A.O. Hume. A.O. Hume, who was the founder of the Indian National Congress. This was proposed by, A.O. Hume. Belief was that the Indian National Congress was created to channel the elite discontent peacefully. Okay. काफी लोग इसको इस थ्योरी के अगेंस्ट भी जाते हैं. सो मेजर डिमांड्स इन द मॉडरेट फेज वर, राइट इट डाउन, व्हाट वर द मेजर डिमांड्स which were highlighted in the moderate phase? They were, first, write it down, the Indianization of civil services. More and more Indians should be a part of civil services. Then reduction in land revenue, separation of judiciary and executive. राइट, ये आपको सेपरेशन ऑफ जुडिशरी एग्जीक्यूटिव लेजिस्लेचर में भी पढ़ने को बाद में मिलता है. राइट. फ्रीडम ऑफ, राइट इट डाउन, freedom of press and freedom of speech, expansion of legislative councils, all of them were the demands of moderates. Then when we talk about the extremist, okay, so here the key leaders were, यहाँ पर जो important leaders थे वो कौन थे? बाल गंगाधर तिलक, then we have Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Lal Bal Pal. And they believed that स्वराज is my birthright, हमारा जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है स्वराज. and they focused on mass mobilization. They never believed in petitions, resolution, etc. So they were very key events which took place during their time period. Those key events were, write it down, those were partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal. So there is a test which is given in the description box of this video. You have to solve the test and you have to share your scores in the comment section. ओके, लॉर्ड कर्जन यहाँ पर इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं. ठीक है, उसके बाद आता है आपका स्वदेशी मूवमेंट. आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट स्वदेशी मूवमेंट इनिशियली. आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट द बॉयकॉट मूवमेंट इनिशियली. ठीक है, 1905 से 1908 के टाइम पीरियड में होता है. बेसिकली द focus or the emphasis was on self reliance, okay, promotion of khadi. Then we saw the Surat split. In this time period, Surat split, the Indian National Congress got split into two parts, moderates and extremists. Okay, ideological differences हुए थे. Then we see the home rule movement. Okay, this is very important. 1916 से 17, it was launched by Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Annie Besant. Basically objective was Swaraj, self rule, self government, but within the British Empire. Okay, and this movement basically helped prepare ground for Gandhian mass movements in the future also. Then when we talk about the Gandhian phase, जब हम Gandhian phase की बात करते हैं, here we see the entry of Mahatma Gandhi, which transformed the struggle into a mass based movement. So we see the Champaran movement over here. This is very famous. Champaran Satyagrah 1917 में होता है, first Satyagrah by Gandhi ji, and it was against, write it down, it was against the thin kathia system, which is the forced indigo cultivation. देन उसके बाद खेड़ा सत्याग्रह होता है, राइट. सत्य इसमें क्या होता है, 1918 में पेजेंट पर प्रोटेस्टिंग ड्यू टू famine एंड टैक्स डिमांड. सो गांधी जी एंड सरदार पटेल बोथ पार्टिसिपेटेड हियर. देन वी हैव the Rowlatt Satyagrah 1919 because of the Rowlatt Act, detention without a trial. Leaders were getting arrested without any proof, without any trial, right. तो उसके अगेंस्ट, प्लस इट लेड टू जलियांवाला बाग मैसेकर ऑल्सो, विच वॉज अ ह्यूज टर्निंग पॉइंट. देन वी हैव एनसीएम, नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट, राइट. तो इसमें क्या होता है, इट वॉज ट्रिगर्ड बाय खिलाफत मूवमेंट एंड द जलियांवाला बाग मैसेकर, है ना, बट इट वॉज कॉल्ड ऑफ आफ्टर चौरी चौरा इंसिडेंट. देन वी हैव सीडीएम, सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट 1930-34. It was triggered by Salt March by Gandhi ji. Here we were demanding complete independence. Then we had Quit India movement. ये prelims का favorite movement है. 1942 क्रिप्स मिशन फेल हो गया था, वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 चल रहा था. सो गांधी जी अनाउंस्ड डू और डाई का स्लोगन, है ना. सो प्लस masses also participated. India unitedly was fighting against the Britishers. So these are the phases which are very very important. इसी के बाद ना आप यहाँ पर पढ़ोगे, when you will revise in your spectrum book also, post 1940 क्या होता है. Post 1940 I will create a very important timeline for all of you to understand. We have क्रिप्स मिशन, हमारे पास आता है यहाँ पर क्रिप्स मिशन. ओके, 1942. It promised dominion status after World War II, but it was rejected by Indian National Congress. Then we have, write it down, the Wavell Plan and the Simla Conference. Simla Conference 1945. It proposed reconstitution of Viceroy's Council, but it failed due to Congress and Muslim League's deadlock. Then we had the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. It proposed united India with groupings of provinces, but it was rejected by Muslim League because they were demanding separate Pakistan. Then we have, write it down, उसके बाद अपना आता है यहाँ पर माउंट बैटन प्लान. आपको पता है क्वीन एलिजाबेथ 2 was the niece of Mountbatten. ओके, तो 1947 June 3 final plan for partition was drawn, which led to the Indian Independence Act of 1947. Okay, so these are the important themes when it comes to modern Indian history. ये हैं वो themes जो मैंने इस क्लास में आपके लिए summarize की हैं, which you have to prepare. All right, do answer the questions that I have given, that I have asked, and share your scores of the test that I have shared in the description box and in the comment section. All right everyone, और मुझे ना comment section में ये ज़रूर बताना आपको ये class कैसी लगी, and should I make such classes on other subjects as well. Okay, thank you so much everyone.